All right. English Vlog Chapter 6. The author starts out by talking about Facebook at the start of the chapter and how at Ohio State in 2004, Facebook was coming to the forefront of social media. And how at first you had to sign up with your college email and all that stuff. And since that day, people used to have only like a few followers, and there only used to be a few people, and it used to be super exclusive. But now, the current day, it has over 2 billion users. And in the past, people would go on Facebook to get new friends, but nothing more, nothing less, really. But now, from their 2 billion users, everyone averages around 41 minutes a day. It's kind of crazy to think about across from 2 billion, because, some people are using less, some people might be using a lot more. Mobile ads from Facebook account for 88% of the ad revenue. And I know people, when they use Facebook, like I've heard my parents talk about it, my grandparents talk about it, how frustrating it is for the pop-up ads on the sides and all over their page, how frustrating it can be. But in terms of Facebook's revenue strategy, I think it's very smart, because there's nothing the customers can do to really ignore or even live without these ads on the side or on the page. Facebook is often used instead of actual conversations or interactions with people that you care about. Like I know in the chapter, it was talking about how they often found themselves using Facebook as a way to connect instead of actually calling up someone they care about and checking in on them. Social media, another topic in the chapter, was social media became so big because humans by nature are very social. People want to communicate with each other. People want to talk about and share and talk about what they're doing. And on top of that, people, this is way later in the chapter, but people want to overshare. That's why social media is so big. People want to talk about what they're doing, how they're living their life. They want to post the best parts of their life, so it makes it seem like they're so much happier than they really are. And they just want their friends, they want everyone to see everything good that's going on in their life. And often, it talks about in the chapter about concerts, but this is very, very true. I know a lot of my friends, a lot of our family members, or even you go to a concert, you see everyone recording, and you sit there and you wonder, do they really get the full experience if they're on their phones the entire time recording the concert just to watch it back later or share it to their friends? And in my opinion, you don't get the full effect, because it's almost like if you're not recording, if you're not going to be able to share it, you're in the moment more and you're enjoying the acoustics, the atmosphere a lot more than you would just watching it back or seeing it on someone else's post, And then in the chapter, once again, like we have been talking about, talks about smartphones and the way it makes us disconnect from the world, even though we feel more connected. And it does this by, firstly, it gets us out of undesirable situations. Like for me, I know if I'm standing or waiting for a class, instead of talking to people around me, I will go on my phone, go on Twitter, go on Instagram, do anything to get out of that situation where I'm just sitting there waiting for my next class. And walking in between classes, or even when I'm leaving my class and I'm going to get food or just walking back to my car, you can see all these people walking to and from class, checking their phones as fast as I can. Oh, I have 60 Snapchats. Let me go through and open all these. I have to text someone back. I got to check my Instagram feed, all that stuff. So whenever we have a chance to, even if it's as minimal time as we have, we will go through our phones because we're so addicted to it now. And building off that, we're so addicted to our phones nowadays, it will destabilize all of our relationships in our lives, because we do this thing where even if we're in the presence of other people, we would be checking our phones constantly and make sure we're not leaving people undelivered, we're not talking to other people. So this decreases the quality of relationships, and especially when the relationship in concentration is romantic in nature. Because if it is romantic, like say I'm dating someone and the girl's on their phone the entire time, I'm gonna be annoyed that they don't want to spend time with me, and that shows they're not really interested in your company, I guess. Um, and then on top of that, yeah, it will erode relationships because it doesn't show that you're interested in talking to them. Connect. Okay, so Facebook is a new topic. I know we've talked about social media a lot and how we're addicted to it and all that stuff, but Facebook specifically is a new one, especially in terms of the author relating back to his college experience. That was new. Smartphones. Smartphones are, yeah, I mean, we've talked about it a lot. But yeah, I mean, everyone uses their smartphones, get in uncomfortable situations. Everyone uses their smartphones when they can, even when the time's not really there. But yeah, I found this chapter interesting. I like seeing that Facebook's ad revenue came from 88% mobile and not really from people going on their computer or laptops or anything like that. Yeah, that is vlog chapter 6 for English.